what one thinks about me, or what judgments you want to make about what happened in the privacy of my own home and my marriage behind closed doors. I don't presume the average person should know those things, and so I don't take it personally. But even somebody who is sure I'm deserving of all this hate and vitriol, even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation. You cannot tell me that you think that this has been fair.
Of course, we also touched on what happened in court and what the jury decided. There's no light way to say it. The jury looked at the evidence you presented. They listened to your testimony, and they did not believe you. They thought you were lying.
How could, this way, how could they make a judgment? How could they not come to that conclusion? They had sat in those seats and heard over 3 weeks of nonstop, relentless testimony from paid employees, and towards the end of the trial, randos, as I say.
So you don't blame the jury?
I don't blame them. It wasn't, I don't blame them. I actually understand he's a beloved character, and people feel they know him. He's a fantastic actor.
Their job is to not be dazzled by that. Their job is to look at the facts and the evidence, and they did not believe your testimony or your evidence.
Again, how could they, after listening to 3.5 weeks of testimony about how I was a non-credible person, not to believe a word that came out of my mouth?
We're going to have more of our exclusive interview with Amber Heard first on today, tomorrow, and Wednesday morning. It's a wide-ranging sit-down. And then we'll have the conversation on a special Dateline this Friday night, hour-long, 8, 7.
Okay. So that's just a snippet of what we're going to get. I guess the entire, from what I understood, the entire interview was on Friday, but we're going to get more snippets tomorrow and Thursday, or maybe just tomorrow. She won't stop talking. She won't stop talking. I understand, like, you know, free speech, do whatever you want, but you want to move on. You say that you don't think anyone should be involved in your private life. Like, hello, like, then don't file the TRO. Then don't go to courthouse with a mark on your face. Then don't get your girlfriend to tweet in the middle of a hearing, or middle of a court proceeding about what is going on. And don't make false statements about DV victims. And calling your husband WB. And you want him to move on. You want to move on with your life. You want to just be a mom. You want to hike. You want to, get your sommelier level 3 training, whatever. Then go do that. Get off the circuit. You are getting way more airtime than you deserve. I'm sorry. You say you don't blame the jury, but you're kind of blaming them for, 3.5 weeks of hired gunmen or hired men, whatever. I understand there's a distinct difference, but it's just hired, paid employees and randos. Randos, are you kidding me? That is extremely disrespectful, and quite frankly, the randos were people that you knew or knew of, or then pretended not to know who they were, and they weren't randos. They were completely relevant to the case. And I'm sorry, Kate Moss was not a hired gun, okay? Was not a paid employee, was not a rando. You brought her up in the middle of your testimony. That's why she came in. And Kate James, she wasn't a hired employee, not by Depp. You hired her. She was your employee. And she was on Depp's side because you spat in her face and used her essay story for yours. Your witnesses were all of your friends, not friends, refriends, like that you befriended again within months of their testimony. And all of your paid witnesses were a joke. They weren't vetted properly. They were a joke. So his side was just better. The jury heard you, woman. They heard you. They saw you. They heard you. You still took no accountability for your actions. It's ridiculous. I don't even know why why are you standing there? Like, why are you even talking? You didn't take any responsibility. The jury saw you. They didn't just disregard you because of everything Johnny said. They disregarded you because of what you were saying and the evidence that you did not provide. And you didn't even provide an explanation for that. Your evidence was not there. It was not there. So why are you on this circuit? Like, you're just, in my opinion, you're just digging yourself a bigger hole and creating more fuel to the fire. Saying social media wasn't fair. Social media was based off of the live presentation of your case. Every single day, people tuned in. Every single day, people saw exactly what was coming through. They saw what the jury saw. And yet we had more availability and access to other things that didn't come into court. But social media saw the real stuff. So they made a choice. And no one deserves vitriol. No one deserves hate, vitriol, hate on them. No one deserves to be threatened. No one deserves any of that. That stuff should not happen. That stuff should not happen. But the dislike that you're getting, that's all you. That is all you. And calling him a beloved character, like he's not a human being, like he's just acting his own way. He's a fantastic actor. Yes, that's a separate side of him. This was Johnny Depp. This was him as a human being in this courtroom. We're not talking about his job or his characters. He wasn't acting. That's just who he is. Acting is a part of him. This was not him. And to say that the jury bought into that kind of shit, like his gravitas of his character, the fact that he's a wonderful actor, it's like, so when you're saying that, you're a shitty actress. You really are. You are a shitty actress. That whole performance on the stand was abysmal. You were impeached like a million times. Maybe not a million, but a lot of times. Impeached a lot of times, girl. And you still, you won't admit it. Everyone was wrong except for you. Everyone was lying except for you. But you don't blame the jury, right? It was just a big display of yes men and randos and everyone that just going with his story and playing his, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The evidence he had was stronger. You just did not play your hand. You didn't play your cards right. You didn't present yourself well. You didn't have the evidence. So just move on. Move on. Find another job. Lay low for a while. Lay low. Raise your kid. Do some, pledge your time with some charities and do something else. Lay low. Stop going on the circuit to try and, all you're doing is pissing people off more. And it feels like you're defaming him even more. Or it looks like you're defaming him even more. It looks like you're trying to grasp at straws and trying to get money from the people and trying to, I don't know, shine your star again. Like, come on. It's, again, you want him to move on. He's moving on. He's not on the circuit right now. He's not trying to claim any sort of extra fame here. He's moving on. He said his piece. He told the truth. And that's all he wanted to do. He wanted to get his life back. He got his life back. Now go live your life and heal. Just heal. Knock it off. So the interview itself was a little less all over the place than Elaine was, but it still seemed like she was coached and she was prepared for this, but still, like, I'm looking forward to seeing what the other snippets are, but we will see. But for now, Amber, just go heal.